Hi everyone, this is Lisette Lagunas and this is my presentation for MPA 594. In this presentation, I will go ahead and explain a scenario that requires a change within the city of Moreno Valley and how the theories of public administration will be used to make this change possible. Here, the city of Moreno Valley's finance director and team were tasked with creating a cost recovery plan for roads and infrastructure damaged by drunk drivers, traffic collisions, and distracted motorists. Often the damages to street lights, signs, and roads have to be covered by the city and taxpayer dollars, which is why the team needs to create a plan to recover the costs from those individuals. The three themes that we will be using will be division and coordination of labor, efficiency, and communication. Now the Director of Finance is presenting a new process developed using scientific management. Working closely with IT and the police department, a public works staff will be on call and quickly assess the damage, the fees, as well as the staff fee for his time, receive insurance information, personal information of the person, and input all of that into a new software called COINC. This will generate a ticket number that will instantly be linked to a police report. All staff will have access to the software on their work phones, and they will be trained along with management. This will be one of the best ways to recover and cost optimize the workflow between all departments to improve efficiency and labor productivity. In order to improve the process and adapt COINC successfully, the director used Golix POScorp. The process took a total of 2 years, and a proper timeline of development was created, which included dates for COINC to go live and test dates, as well as training days and various bi-monthly meetings to track the progress of the process and organize the individual's responsibilities so that the process would not stop and come to fruition. Staff included the entire Public Works Department, an IT specialist and manager, as well as PD, one PD analyst, a manager, and the entire finance team, which were in turn tasked with sharing the information with their respective teams. Those individuals and teams were part of directing the process and held responsible to share ideas, questions, directing the process, and making sure that it did not fall through the cracks. The director, in turn, had to ensure coordination, working with various teams. IT was keeping up with the development of the software, that finance was communicating the information needed, and the public works and PD were all trained and understood the process. And finance was understanding how to use the system in coordination with the payment process that they would use to follow the claim with the insurance companies. So that is why reporting the accidents and the fees was one of the main tasks, to ensure that the process was able to be executed internally and functioned externally in order to collect the funds with outside agencies. And once the process and the budgeting would begin through finance, which are in charge of paying public works, staff, and all their on-call fees, and the fees for repairs caused by the incident. Communication was done both formally and informally by the director. He first spoke to other city staff and individuals about the problem and asked and took down ideas informally and suggestions. And once he established a plan and was able to get that completed, he began to formally invite individuals to work on the project. And he was able to take that plan and present it to council in order to receive funds for the project. This is a government process that required multiple staff and departments. Every step did take several months and overall years for completion. And many staff, including the director, muddled through, adding a few team members at a time and adapting steps little by little. The director knew that the staff were passionate and excited about this project and knew that they would take pride in their work, and showed it by quickly taking responsibility and ownership of each step they could get involved with, which is why the director took a theory-wide approaching the situation by allowing them to make their own decisions, to have suggestions, and to let him know what was working and what wasn't working, which made the process much easier for everyone involved. Although this process has been used by insurance companies in the past when collisions cause damage to private property, now both the insurance companies and the City of Moreno Valley's finance departments use the functions of POSCorp to gain funds and fix damages. But the city had a much longer process to implement this due to the constant staff changes and ensuring that this was ready for all 4 districts at a time, not being able to do a test run with one district at a time. And this was mostly just to ensure equity amongst constituents, and having to educate council on the importance of this process to fund the project was a constant constraint that prolonged the process, reinforcing the idea that although both a public and a private agency can use the same process, they are inherently different in important respects. So that is all for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation, and I will see you next week.